Welcome back to our Dream in the Woods. Getting going today with the crew. Going to put the girts up on the north end of the barn dominium, barn house, and I'm going to start putting the brackets in for the posts on the south end so we can get those posts in and get the girts on. Just kind of pushing forward. Should have a crew here today, and we'll see what we can get done. Let's get to it. Well, the last stack of 2x6s, hopefully there's enough. It's 2x6 by 16s and 18s, maybe some 19s. It's a good looking stack of lumber, and these guys are already starting to figure things out. I'm going to start putting the metal brackets in the south end for 4 more posts that need to go down there. Got the post brackets in, so this will be the entryway door. It's going to have 2 pieces of glass on each side, so I think that's a 65.5 inch opening there, and then 2 posts here, 10-foot opening in the end, and then there'll be a monster window in there. A direct set 10 by 7.5 is what we're going to do, tempered. It's one of those things that's maybe a luxury item. Could spend less, but pulling the trigger on a nice big window there. If anyone's done direct set before, I'd be interested to get your opinions on that. I meet with the glass and door company on Monday, so I'm going to try to talk to someone about that, but that's the only direct set that we have. So anyway, those are in. My dad's been busy making the blocking for the posts, so these will need to be screwed into place like that, and then we're going to have a full sheet land on the post. So start of a 4-foot wide sheet, and then on this post start of a 4-foot wide sheet, and so the 2-foot section will be in the center, and that way we'll be able to get a full nailing pattern on one edge. Actually 3 edges we'll have a full nailing pattern. So so everything's been getting blocks, just need to install those. Erik and Dean been working on the girts on the gable end here. Some figuring to do, some angles. Looks good. We're going to go ahead and enclose this door, garage door, for now, and sheet it just to keep the wind out and the weather, and then leave this big door open for access. And Need to order the garage doors fairly soon. Doesn't seem like I do, but I feel like I do. So anyway, going to it. Yeah, the girts have been going on pretty well. Working on that upper wall and kind of doing the next one to be the header for that sliding glass door that's going in there. So we're thinking about that, and then we'll be up there in the peak. So just a few more courses left. It's a bit time consuming, but it's going good. So it's going real good. Trying to get these in, and then the next thing is to put the post in on the south side. We're making sawdust. We're out here the next morning. Erik and I were able to get the girts up to the peak there. Still needs some blocking up through there, so we have plenty of nailers to nail everything to, but mainly blocking. And then need to put a piece on that beam up there that will then transfer out to be the ledger board for that deck. So but yeah, doing good. We were hoping to get more posts in yesterday, but we were just able to get the one in before we went in for dinner. So That's some pretty fresh dug fir that I milled up just about maybe 2 weeks ago, and so have a pretty good assortment to choose from to get through there. And I think that there is one left over in that pile that we could choose from too. So anyway, I'm gonna focus on getting these posts in, so then we can put the girts on the south end of the barn house. So beautiful day. Yeah, can't beat it. Putting the final doorpost up. That block up there is key to those big structural screws. Will really move that post as you are sucking them in. So putting 2 8-inches on one side and 1 8-inch on the other, on the opposite side, and then the brackets here will get bolts put through. So that's a 10-foot opening. The window, or 10-foot one, and then the window is 7.5 feet tall, and it'll be about bench height. We're thinking about putting a bench across there. So anyway, looking good. 4 down, 2 to go, 2 clean posts up above. Got all the posts in before lunch. Now I got Dean back over here, father-in-law, Erik, and working on girts. Yeah, and the good thing is I think we have enough material. So have those 16 footers there, and then these are 18 footers, 18 footer plus that pile there. So yeah, good looking stack of lumber. And should have enough for all the blocking and everything to do its thing. So Genie bucket lift is invaluable so far, so super happy. See how far we can get today. Hopefully we're up through that upper section by the end of the day. Great progress today. We're able to get all those, finished putting those posts in, 5 more posts, and then the girts up pretty well to the upper section. And so then those will go pretty fast. And then it's a little bit of a pain doing the roof. We're having to scribe that line and then take it off and cut it. So, but coming along, still quite a bit to do, but still a lot accomplished. That is the header height, that single board there for the window. So that kind of gives us space there. 10 foot wide, 7.5 foot tall window. I decided to put it at 24 inches, and then they'll plan on putting a bench in front of it. So extra girt over there. So window at 7 foot header height on both of those walls. That's good. We're gonna leave the header out of this for the front door piece. But Dean said smartly, I was worried about that big window coming through that door. Why wouldn't they just come through this great big opening? Because I don't think we'll have any interior walls by then. So they could back their truck honestly all the way up to put that window in. So lots of little things that we're considering going around those brackets and such. But we got it on the run now. So a fun day, starting to really fill the space, and it's a lot of wood in this project. So plenty of 2x6s left. I got 4 more rows there, so that's good. And so I'll have extras to do all the blocking and such. On the agenda to do, besides finishing all the girts, before we can put the SIP panels up, there needs to be some zip sheeting that goes on the upper wall that comes down through where the zip sheeting that ties in that lower floor joist, rim joist there. I need to cut the rafters to length. I have some worry about a couple of these rafters are a little twisty on top, so I may need to plane those down to make them a little flatter. That upper one specifically, and the one next to it. So I need to finish milling the cedar for the base girts. These eave walls won't be bad, they're just flat onto the concrete. These are going to be a pain in the rear to go on those brackets, so that'll take some time. That doesn't necessarily have to be done before the roof is on, but I want to get everything sheeted as soon as possible. One other thing is I've taken down the supports to put those in, and so I'm going to move those interior. Just haven't done it because we just took them down. To everyone that's worked on this project, this thing is built, I don't know if I can say that, like a brick shit house. I mean, you can't move this thing at all anywhere. It just is so tied together. But doesn't mean that I still don't worry about putting that roof on and having shear forces do something to it. So I am going to put some X bracing on the interior and get it sheeted as soon as possible. Appreciate everyone's help, Erik, Dean, and my dad Dennis, for them helping out. Just such a good team to be working with, so appreciate their help. Next up on the agenda for me, I am going to switch and mill some cedar. I wish that milling was all done and all I could work is on the barn dominium, but I don't. So I gotta get that going, get that ready so that it can be installed. I also need to be thinking about the fascia boards. I was going to do that out of cedar, but I've kind of abandoned that, and I'll make that out of some Doug fir because I got lots of good Doug fir on hand. So, and then I'll be back filling in all the details of the barn. The SIP panels come in about 10 days and we'll be installing in about 13 days. So we're hot and heavy right now. So appreciate everyone watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.